All right, welcome back to Trevor May Baseball. I'm here. It's hour 2.
Scott, you need to check out
That's
this rollback.
wrong. It's hour 2 of Mayday. What's up, guys? How we doing? How's everybody doing? Say hello in the chat room. Let me make sure I get all the things I'm supposed to have up, ready to go, so that we can do all the fun things. We have nastiest pitches today. We have all kinds of stuff, and I cannot wait to continue to chat about it. All right? I believe are we live? Hold on, let's check. I gotta make sure this is working. Nope. There we go. Hello, everybody. Cool. This is the the chill time. This is the more chill time of the day. We have quite a few things to talk about today. We're actually gonna start off with not really a question. Usually I go and grab like a question from the Discord or grab a question off the social media, but there was a couple cool questions posed by people on social media. And many of you guys may have seen this, but it is the all-century team, right? Everyone's doing their all-century, meaning up to, or all-quarter century, I guess. The all-quarter century team from 2000 to 2025. Who are your best players in every position? So I did it myself. But first, I want to show you Jason Starks because, honestly, huge Jason Starks fan. He misses very rarely, though he might have missed on a couple here. All right, I'm going to make it big, actually. No, I want the chat in there. Let's get this in. Let's make a medium for you guys. All right, this is Jason Starks' all-quarter century team, right? We have Barry Bonds in left, Mike Trout in center, Aaron Judge in right, based. Then we got Beltre, Jeter, Altuve, Pujols, and Molina catching with Ortiz, our DH. Then we got Verlander, Kershaw, Halladay, Scherzer, Randy Johnson, and Mariano Rivera is the closer. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but there's some people missing. Namely, some non-closers. How do we have one? There's 8 relief pitchers on every team, and we have one guy in this list. So that pisses me off. Nobody gives a shit about them though, so who cares, right? But I did my own little list here. I did my own little list, and I want to get your guys' opinion on what I came up with, because a lot of this I agreed with. There was a couple things I changed, and then I also added in some runner-up situations for each of them. What I thought would be a runner-up, and some of them just don't have a runner-up because, come on, you know what I mean? So, let's start at catcher. Yadier Molina, they have him. I also have Yadi, but with a very close second place to Buster Posey, just because of longevity, just because we're just talking catching here. So, obviously Buster Posey was a much better offensive player, and also Joe Mauer switched over and played first, right? So, I would say Yadi, just in terms of being a pure catcher, he's just one of those guys that you think catcher, you think of Yadi. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys disagree with that, I totally understand, because I would love to vote for Buster. But Buster was also drafted in 2008, the same year as me, and there's an eight additional years there. So Yadi had a very long playing career, and I believe he deserves to get that spot. I explained that for way too long. Okay, first base. We're gonna go around the infield and then up and around the outfield, okay? First base, it's Albert Pujols. I think that's pretty based as well. I don't really see who else we could put in there. I mean, Mark Teixeira was pretty good, but he's not better than Pujols. Like, none of these guys are better than Pujols. But I would say, like, Teixeira, Freddie Freeman, like, these guys are runners-up. You can make cases that they were very, very good first basemen, but definitely not. Like Adrian Gonzalez, like guys like Miggy Cabrera, right? He also played a bunch of third. Like, Miggy kind of gets hurt by his positions moving around, because Miggy is probably top 3 hitter of this list. So, but he is probably secondary, and actually going to have him the runner up to Ortiz in the DH. So that's ruined. Thanks for ruining that. I would then let's go to second base. They have Jose Altuve. I'm going to go Altuve as well, simply for the rings, but it's really close with Robbie Cano. And I don't know why more people didn't have Robbie Cano, because that guy frickin' raked for a really long time. So I'm going to go with my runner-up being Robbie there. So just another name to throw it out there. Going over to shortstop, I don't want to be yelled at, so I'm gonna bitch out here a little bit. Derek Jeter, sure, but runner-up, I mean, Francisco Lindor is making his case in a big way. He's been put a lot in, but just like Derek Jeter was a shoe into the Hall of Fame, you kind of have to go for him. And yeah, I mean, we could throw Utley in there too, but I think that in terms of just pure production, like Utley was a great player all around, but I think that both Altuve outran him, was more athletic, had higher batting average. But Utley was a better defender. But like Robbie Cano was a stupid defender and a stupid hitter, but didn't run, right? So Utley has that on him. But like Utley has one thing on each one of those guys, but each one of them have two things, if that makes sense. So Chase Utley is definitely up there for me, but he is not the top. I would replace Adrian Beltre, who is one of my favorite players of all time. Love you, Belt. Alex Rodriguez, because we're putting Barry Bonds in left, Alex Rodriguez has to be third base. I don't understand. Like what? He's just a better player, just top to bottom. It's just way more productive. A-Rod's one of the best players of all time. You think what you want to think about him, and I don't have a lot of positive things to say, but I will say he was a Mariner. I do have a soft spot, and also he's just one of the greatest players to ever play the game. So I'm going to put A-Rod in front of Beltre just because we're not really worried about the whole steroids thing. Because in left field we have Barry Bonds, and you know who I have in runner-up? Nobody. But if we're just saying random outfielders, I'd say Mookie, right? Mookie Betts is probably in the conversation. Yelich, like we could say maybe runner-up Lee Yelich is next in that list, but like nobody's close to Barry, so we're just gonna go Barry, and the runner-up's Barry. Center fielders Mike Trout. I don't think a lot of people argue with that either, even with how the career's been lately. But I gave him a runner-up with Torrey Hunter. Torrey Hunter was 10 straight Gold Gloves as center, was a very, very good defensive player, and had quite the offensive side too. So I'm going to give, and I have some bias. Torrey and I are buddies. So I will say Torrey Hunter is the runner-up in center for me, and I'm probably forgetting somebody because there's been a lot of great center fielders. But I'm going to throw in right field. I mean, Aaron Judge right now, he's had 3 or 4 of the most incredible seasons I've ever seen. So he is definitely that right fielder. But runner-up, obviously you can throw Mookie in there, but Ichiro. Throw Ichiro, maybe, right behind Aaron Judge. And that's just because you just can't, I mean, a guy who breaks a home run record, I can't not put him out there, and especially what he's doing now. But Ichiro is one of the greatest hitters that we've ever seen. So it is what it is. But remember, I know we got Branch down here talking about counting stats. Aaron Judge got up in 2017, guys. He's only been up for 8 years. He doesn't even have 10 years in the big leagues yet. But Ichiro, come on. If Ichiro was a major leaguer at 20, he would have easily broken Pete Rose's record, and it would have been easy. I think he would have broken it by like 200-300 hits, is what I think. Maybe not that. He would have broken it by 100 hits. The guy got 3,000 hits, and he came to the big leagues at 27. That's ridiculous. Okay. All right. Let's talk about, now we've gotten all the boring people all the way. Let's really quickly hit on starting pitchers. Here's my starting pitchers: Halladay, Johnson, Kershaw, Verlander, Scherzer. Based. I think that all of those guys are right. I think they're all correct. And that's all there should be. But I wanted some runners up. Zach Greinke, runner up. Corey Kluber, runner up. Jacob deGrom, runner up. Thoughts? There's probably some other guys I'm missing, but those guys were great. Those guys were and are great. Greinke actually probably is the closest, just because of a length of, he played forever. Kluber had not the longest career, but he was so dominant for that middle time. And it's the same thing as deGrom, right? These guys were so dominant when they were in their prime. It was ridiculous. They were ridiculous. So I'll give it to them. Okay. And now I'm going to go with relief pitchers, setup guys. Basically guys who have saves, but like saves weren't their thing. Their thing was being firemen and just having a general, like at their peak, they were shoving and they weren't closers. So this was kind of hard to do. But here's my 2 relief pitchers. And this is something that you guys might hit me with, get mad at me. My relief pitchers are Wade Davis and Sergio Romo. Sergio probably had the most success. And they closed towards the end of their careers, right? But they have almost just as many holds as saves. And Wade Davis had a 3 or 4 year stretch. It was he was like a sub 1. Like that's just, come on. So I would give Serge. Serge had a great career. He had a 2.87 career. Runner up to these: Andrew Miller, Tyler Clippard, and Blake Trinan. Go look at Tyler Clippard's career stats. Go look at them. It's actually nuts. And Blake Trinan has been very good for a very long time. He's like the longevity guys. You know, I would say, for example, oh my God, splitter. Kirby Yates, for example, closer, right? Very good. Mark Melanson, closer. Like these guys were very good. Houston Street, closer. Like a lot of these guys were really successful. They were the closers. I can't put them in the closer role because we have Mariano Rivera. So, and the other guys on this list are too good. So, here's my closer is Mariano Rivera. Obviously, he's the best closer of all time. But let's talk about my runners up. Craig Kimbrell, Kenley Jensen, Joe Nathan, Jonathan Papelbon, Aroldis Chapman, Houston Street. All very, very good. K-Rod, maybe. Lots of really good closers, none of which are Mariano Rivera. Though of this list, I think Kimbrell and Jansen have the best chance of making the Hall of Fame. But those are my closers. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. How's DeGrom not on here? I put him on. He's in my runners up. So basically, I just added because a lot of these are hard to refute. But generally, I think it was pretty based. Honestly, I think it was pretty based. What do you guys think? I want to know your thoughts down in the comments. All right, cool. So, new thing, guys, we're doing here on the stream as we get into the rest of our show here. We do Nastiest Pitches of the Week every 2 weeks. So it's Nastiest Pitches of the Bye Week. Okay? Nastiest Pitches bi-weekly. And so what I have done is I have recruited Caleb and Henry in the writers' rooms over there to curate this list for your boy. So if you didn't get yours in to this list, pick better pitches and yell at the kids because they chose it. You like that? You like that? Plausible deniability. Pretty great. It's not my fault. Get mad at them. All right. So let's get right into the nastiest pitches. Give me just one moment. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's get it.
Nastiest Pitches of the Week.
All right. I am going to give credit where credit is due for all the people who submitted these into the Discord. If you want to submit a pitch into the Discord for this in the future, go to the Discord, discord.gg/TrevorMay, or estimates more Discord in the chat, and that'll take you to the link. And then put it in the Nastiest Pitches of the Week text channel. And we will be grabbing the ones we like the most. There were some foul balls and crap in there, so got rid of that. So first up, we have L. Rosenberg. A lot of L. Rosenberg 101 in here, guys. Rosenberg is on top of this stuff. This is Louis Castillo. Let's see what we got. Oh! Oh! Yeah, oh, okay, hold on. We're gonna watch the whole thing. Dude, it's like literally, what? Okay. Can we okay, there's a few things I want to point out here. It's going to take so long. There's 25 of these. Okay. First of all, we have the pitch, right? It's nasty. So I need you to watch. I want you to notice a bunch of things about this clip, okay? One, Twitter sucks for this. That face is someone's like, don't ask me to do it again because I can't. So he doesn't know what happened, first of all. He seems confused, which I love that. Whenever a pitcher is confused by what just happened, it's the best. It's the best. But then, watch Cal's eyes here. Catchers are crazy, man. They like catch peripherally. Like, look, Cal's not looking at the ball. Do you see that? Look, his eyes are still on the pitcher. He's not looking at the ball. Still not looking at the ball. It's just, he's just like, I know where it's going because I know how to do this. He's not looking at the ball. Look where his eyes are, and look where the ball, and then right at the end he closes his eyes, right? Or he like flinches. Right? Isn't that crazy? So I just want you to know that's not just him. All catchers do that. They've done it so many times that they can tell by trajectory where the ball's going. And that's why they get messed up by foul pop balls straight back, is because that's not where they thought it was going. It got kicked off kilter, which is incredible. Great submission there. Another one from Rosenberg. We got Senga. Kodai Senga, Mets, Alex Bregman. Just a bit us. Come on, Alvy, you gotta block it. What are we doing? That's a good one. I like that. Good job, Rosenberg. Nice. You know what you're doing. All right, next up, Dankest Aardvark gave us a Hoglin. Here we go. Hey, if you guys remember, he was traded from the Pirates, and now he's in the big leagues. What do we got? You might need an exorcism after that one. Sick. Sorry, Darno. Still love you, dude. Oh, we got an Abner Uribe with his tweeners on. Big fan of tweeners. I wore them in high school. This is also from Dankest Aardvark. Let's get it, Dankest. Hold on. Hold! So, you know what's crazy? See this right here? See how it looks like he's falling backwards? Like if you pushed him on his chest, he would just fall on his back. So he's open. Like his front foot is technically open. And so what he's doing, so what the hitter sees, Cedric sees, is him stepping at him. He's like, dude, he just stepped at me. And then he throws, what's he throw? A sink piece. Boom, right there on the lip. And Cedric, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, he got. That's what happened. It's unfair. Exactly. Ooh. We got Hayden Mockingjay. Looks like he threw a lot of changeups. Let's see if he throws another one here. This one is from also Dankest Aardvark. Dude, this was one dang Aardvark. What do we got? Kick change. God bless America. Ooh, is that Massey? I'll be honest. I want to watch this again. Get got, Massey. He bunted on me in a rehab appearance. That's baloney, dude. It's funny. Actually, he's a great dude. I just love giving him shit for doing that because it's baloney. All right. Next up, we got Speed Beast, aka Jake, with the next one. We got Jamison Taillon. Let's go. Oops, I forgot you can't do that. Jameson Taillon. That's just perfection. That's pro perfection. Also, I love Jesus Sanchez and the way that he goes when he gets absolutely just destroyed. Watch him shake his head like, okay, all right, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay. Credit where credit's due. I love that. All right, next up, also from Speed Beast. Let's get it. I don't know who this is. Oh, it's Cease. Oh, God. Happy little trees. Paint it, baby. Let's go. That was definitely prettier than your beard, Dylan. Next up, Rosenberg again. This is Kachanowicz. Zach Kachanowicz. Vicious 97-mile-an-hour sinker. I'll be the judge of that. Oh, my Lord. Thou art in heaven. What? I don't understand. Is there metrics on this? Hold on. Do we get metrics? Sometimes they're in the comments. Nope, just the good old-fashioned Twitter ads. Okay, very good though. Like that. Rosenberg again. Andrew Kittredge, the pride of Spokane, Washington, and number one on the top players list in the 2007 Baseball Northwest rankings. Right ahead of your boy, Trevor May, who was number 2. And look who's still in the major leagues. What do you got, Andy? Show me what you got. Make that money. Love that, dude. Love that for you. Love that for Washington State. Very nice. Very nice. All right, Speed Beast, we got another one from you. Let's get in. Jake Speed Beast gave us another one. Ooh, we got Mr. Smith again. He loves giving us this guy. Please be a changeup. Please be a changeup. Please be a changeup. Please be a changeup. Please. Yes. Let's go. Love that. Sick. We got another one? Nah, not another one. Cobalt Wave. We got a new guy. A's. Mitch Spence. Sweeper do be sweeping. Love that. 86 mile an hour. That will play my man. And always a big fan of the Kelly Greens. Is that Ryan Noda? Who's that? Neither here nor there. All right, moving on. Next up, we have another Rosenberg. Man. Ranger Suarez. Bro, the Rockies got it hard right now. We can't be doing that. It's hard enough to be on the Rockies, bro. That's just sad. That's just sad. Devin Williams, Airbender. Ooh, we got a 25-incher. Strike that from the record. Rosenberg. Rosenberg again. Yeah, he's underneath it. That is frickin', dude. Hold on. Can you give me a pause? I need to get. I wish this weren't on Twitter. I want to show you the release here, where the hand is when he releases it. Oh my God, stop playing! That's how you throw an airbender. Anyone who keeps asking me, how do you throw an airbender? He literally threw it underneath it, like this. Like bowled it overhand. Nobody can do that. He's the only person who can do it. That's freaking ridiculous. Relax, Wyatt. I almost broke his back swinging at that. Very nice. I mean, that was just sick. That's disgusting. Ooh, Bobby Ober. Bobby Ober. Bailey Ober. Is this a change piece? Let's see. Bailey Ober. Ooh, Don Shoddy. We got a couple Don Shoddies here. Shout out. Let's go. It is change up. Never got there. Love to see it. Let's see what the other one is from Don Shoddy. Ooh, an A. Oh my God, Hogan Harris. Guys, don't make me do Hogan. He always FaceTimes me after he makes these pitches. I'm just kidding. This is great. I love hearing from Hogan. Guys, I know his name's Bailey. I know his name's Bailey. He was there when I was there. I just call him Bobby Ober because it's fun. Okay. Hogan Harris. This is from Don Shardy. I believe it's probably a curveball because that's his thing. Also never got there. The big bendy boy. The slow one. All right, moving forward. We got Ortiz from Dankus Aardvark. What we got? God bless America. Does he always drop down like that? Or does he just do it sometimes? I think that's just something he just did. I don't know. That seemed really low, but that was really good. Sorry, Riley. Yeah, he seems a little bit blown away by that as well. Mike Soroka. Ooh, we don't get many Sorokas. Rosenberg. Ah! How did I do this? Dude, that's stupid. Ew! Welcome back to the crew. Welcome back to the crew. Josh Young against Vassell. Who we at? We had another one for Speed Beast. I think we found our Chicago White Sox fan. Let's go. F. Not a huge fan of high sinkers. They're never on purpose. So that was a math for me. Don't worry, guys. Henry and Caleb will pay for that later. Ooh, okay. We're just gonna watch the Shoheis over and over again. This is a splitter, by the way. One more time. Yeah, sit in the truck. I just want you guys to know that he's coming back. He'll be back before you know it. And nobody's safe. Okert. Okert. JP Crawford. It's a good little sweet piece. That's very nice. Getting that guy to swing off the plate is not easy to do, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Love that. That was also Rosenberg. Gordon's the next one from Rosenberg. Never heard of him. Let's see what he's got. Do you know what happens in my head when I see pictures like this? This. Oh, real quick. Hold on. Is there a way to slow this down? Okay, let's get the full feeling here. It's just really slow. All right, moving on. Let me guess. Speed Beast. Who's this? Is this Hauser? Oh, look, it's Speed Beast. No way. Adrian Hauser, White Sox, let's go. Against his old team. Ooh, wee. That's a really good pitch. That's a nice little slide piece, Johnson, against one of the best hitters from last year. Yeah, that was rude. He took me deep last time I faced him. Okay. Oh, now we got Hunter Brown. Sweet. Hunter Brown, curveball. This is from... I don't know. This isn't on my list, so it's really good. Should hit it. that Andujar? Yeah. All right, then we got Lance McCullers. There he is. Lance McCullers. Wait, how is that physically possible? He's back. I think we should just leave that man alone. He looks pretty good to me. Paul Skeens. What now? Paul Skeens, this is from Aardvark again. What do you got? That was a splitter. Don't walk off like that, Paul, like you're the best. What, because you're dating Livy Dunn and you're the nasty? Must be fun. He must be having a really good time. That's all I got to say. Sick. All right, we have Wilson here. Bryce Wilson, a.k.a. Lance Lynn Jr. Ooh, it's pretty nice. White Sox take down the Mets. I'm sure Mets fans appreciated that. We're going to have Smith once again. I don't know how he snuck in here. Oh, there he is. See what we got. Smith, is it a changeup? Be changeup. Be changeup. It's not a changeup. I'm disappointed. Pretty good, though. Pretty good curveball. I appreciated that, and I liked it. Chris Sale. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting that first pitch to break. So that's pitch. This is strikeout number 2,500. Let's see it again. There's number 2499, and then there's 2,500 on the bread and butter slider down and in. That's pretty good. And the beard definitely does fit him. I will say that. Makes him feel more robust. You know what I mean? All right, we got a couple here. This is from Henry himself. This is the two brash sliders from Satan. Makes my head hurt. I don't know how it's possible. Matt Brashbeam, look, 25 inches at 85, and the next one's 87. What was the last movement? That's so perfect. That came out of his hand. He's like, oh, like he knew. That right there. Oh, that feels so good. Oh my God, it's like a Frisbee. 25. Oh, sorry, knuckle curve. Shut up, Brash. All right, and then we're going to end with Mackenzie Gore. Sorry, Randy. Hey, I'll be honest, though. I like Randy's fit. I like Randy's fit a lot, but that's a tough pitch to have to swing at. It's a good one to end on. Mackenzie Gore are tied in the lead with the Eric Crochet for the strikeout lead this year. Just fun to watch. Fun to watch. Nasty's pitches, that's them. Thank you so much, everyone, for putting them in. And if you want to submit them, bring them to the Discord, all right? Bring them to the Discord. Nasty's pitch of the week. We will be doing our next batch of pitches in 2 weeks. So you got time, but if you see something cool, go in there and give it to me so that we can get it in the next show. All right, do you guys want to get into Internet Says? Because I do. I want to get into Internet Says. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Crap. Hold on. Gotta restart this. Shit. Keep ruining it. I keep breaking it. There we go. All right. Let's see what the internet had to say today. Let's get your comments up on the screen. A lot of fun stuff happened on social media in baseball related. And number one, I like to have positive things. I want to have wholesome things here on the chat, on the show from time to time. Everything can be negative. Trust me. I get into YouTube rabbit holes where everyone's like, did you see what this guy did? When, like, as if you're mad because now you have a YouTube video about it, right? Sometimes good things happen. Sometimes things we're celebrating happen. And this next thing is one of them. We're in Toronto. We're taking it to Toronto. We're taking it above the border to Toronto Blue Jays, where a young fan lost out on a home run, but then something great happened. Check it out. I have this video. It's pretty awesome. So we have a homer go deep. The kid thinks he catches it, can't find the ball. The kid in front of him gets it. He's like, no, I cannot believe I messed that up. Then Vlad Guerrero hits the highest home run ever. Same kid snags it. Then he's like, thank God, I'm not a failure. I did it. I'm pretty sure he just yelled F yeah right there. This kid's like 13. I love that. I love that so much more. Injected into my veins. Thank you, kids. Also, Chaser, thank you for the 300 bits if that's real. Appreciate you a lot. Thank you so much. Super cool. Super cool. Love it. Another thing that also makes me very happy is relievers with hobbies. This picture is of Jose A. Ferrer with the Nationals, who is trying to learn to play the saxophone. Unfortunately, playing the saxophone at home is tough because he has young children, there's a lot of people around, and so he chooses to take his saxophone to the park. And before they work out and they stretch and stuff, he takes the saxophone out of the bullpen and gets his practice in. He'd been using it with the mouthpiece upside down until recently when someone else noticed and helped him fix it. So not only is he playing the saxophone at the field, but someone else also plays the saxophone and corrected him, which is just awesome. Oh, he couldn't play in the hotel. That's what it was. Thank you. Check it up. They're on the road, so he couldn't play it. He can play it in the hotel, which obviously, who's ripping a saxophone in the hotel? But I thought that is just awesome. As someone with a bunch of random hobbies, like I would stream from hotels sometimes. Some people in this stream were there for some of those. That was just awful internet and a terrible camera and a terrible microphone. Very similar to the one I'm using today, probably. But as someone who is big on bringing their hobbies with them, I love this. Trucking around a musical instrument to practice, just the coolest thing. And I will say this, now that I hang out with my son every morning while my wife gets ready for the day, and I make breakfast and stuff, but then we have a little bit of downtime. And lately, I busted out my ukulele that I bought a couple years ago to play on the road, and started to learn again. I am horrendous, and my fingers are everything about me is too big for ukulele, but he seems to think it is the funniest thing he's ever seen. I don't know if he's making fun of me, but chances are, yeah, that he's gonna learn that is completely normal in our house. So, tip of the cap to Jose on doing that. Okay, this next one's gonna be really hard to explain, so what I wanna do is I'm gonna make this big, and we're gonna watch it, and then I'm going to explain what happened after, okay? So it's a minor league game. This is presumably a walk-off hit. A lot going on. A lot going on. To the point where everyone's wildly confused. Look at everyone's like, so is the game over, or is it not over, or what's happening? Oh, so they did walk it off. Okay, so the team does win. Okay, so let me explain this in the simplest terms as possible. The bases are loaded, it's 4-3. The hitter hits the ball into the gap, presumably scoring the 2 winning runs. But as you saw, the second guy ran into one of his stupid-ass teammates running out to celebrate from the dugout. Because of that unintentional interference, that runner is out, so he does not score, okay? There was 1 out in the inning. So there's 2 outs, but that second guy is out. So you would think, hey, the inning's over. But it turns out, when there's unintentional, meaning like if the umpire, I don't know, if like the third base coach or something was in the way, same thing. The ball is not dead. So the center fielder tried to throw the ball in and accidentally threw it into the stands. Now, you got to know the guy who hit the ball was running towards second, and the other guy in front of him was running between second and third. Because the ball exited the field of play, the head runner gets another base, which is home. So they figured out, because the guy threw it, the ball was not dead, and the guy threw it into the stands, that the next guy behind him then scores, and the game is over anyways, and they walk it off either way. So maybe one of the weirdest endings to a game I've ever seen. I had to watch it 5 times to have it explained to me. That was incredible, but it ended up working out. Working out. Didn't even see the throw. Well, it's because the throw was really bad. The guy tried to throw it all the way home to get that last guy and just airmailed it. So I wish we had that view, but unfortunately in the minor leagues they have like one camera, so we couldn't see it. Now that was pretty crazy, right? You would all agree that was a pretty weird thing to see. But what about this? This is an exchange on Twitter between Jeff Passan and Barry on Here. Now, anyone who doesn't know who Barry on Here is, he's been on Twitter a lot, especially in baseball-related threads, saying, "Hey, I know you guys are talking about this thing, but my wife left me. What should I do?" Like this, he asks that question all the time. He goes, "Well, she says hi," says Jeff, the consummate troll himself. "Jeff, why would you say that?" "She said it, bro. I'm just a reporter." Jeff Passan, please come on Mayday. Can we just come on and then you can just say whatever you want? I know there's some crazy shit in there. I just want to hear it. I want you to give me some stuff. You call yourself an ESPN insider and you're going inside my wife, which is too far. This is what social media is for. Like everything I said at the top of the beginning of the show about comments and betting and sports and stuff and whether or not it's good or not, which I don't know at this point. This is what it's for. This is what social media is for. It's not for death threats. It's for jokes. It's for memes and jokes. Love that. I love that out of you, Jeff. Love that. Tip of the cap to Jeff Passan for having some fun. I appreciate that a lot. That is our last fun thing from the internet. Guys, I also want to hear your fun stuff from the internet. So you can also put that in the Discord. Everything's in the Discord. Please go in the Discord. I check it every single day. I try to comment. I try to be in there more and more and more. I'm getting better at this. Thank you for being patient with me. But get in the Discord. Give us some stuff. And let's talk about some interesting other stuff that we know. Some fun facts. Maybe crazy facts. Crazy facts of the week, maybe? Let's do it. Couple quick things before we get into this gentleman, because he is the center of our crazy fact. The Stanley Cup Finals were a rematch of last year. The last World Series to be a rematch was 77 and 78 between who? Yankees, Dodgers. Can we do it again this year? Find out next week on Dragon Baseball Z. Okay, let's get into the crazy fact of the week. This is Jacob deGrom, okay? Last Monday, Jacob deGrom did something for the first time. Seems like he's always doing something for the first time, but this one's different for him. The first time in Jacob deGrom's career that he did not record a strikeout in an outing. This dude strikes out like 15 per 9 for his career. For him to not strike anybody out in their career or in a start is pretty impressive. Let's just put it this way. I had 16 starts. I struck out someone in every single start, baby. That's a lie. I just lied to you. Never mind. My first outing, I didn't strike somebody out. Never mind. Take that back. Run it back. Let's take that out. Another interesting thing about Jacob deGrom. From 21 to 23, 2 of those years I played with him, deGrom had 32 starts, which is exactly 1 season. Okay, so let's condense that season all together. Let's push all those outings together and say it's 1 season. In that season, he had 293 strikeouts to 23 walks and a whip of 0.65, which would shatter the single season whip record of 0.73. So if you smushed those years together, none of which did he win a Cy Young, if you smush them together, that's one of the best seasons ever. But I think anyone who's been watching baseball for the last 10 years, they remember how good he was in those years. Jacob deGrom, definitely a multi-time All-Star. From Branch Terminal, he's in his crafty era, vet era, and I'm here for it. Samesies, my guy, samesies. All right, It's that time again. Let's ask me anything. We got about 12 minutes left in the show. I want to answer your questions. Hit me in the chat with anything you want to know about. Mac at work, new fan of you in the show, YouTube channel. I picked up a beautiful Twins patch auto of yours. You have a great signature. Did you change it when you realized you would be signing all the time as a ball player? That is such a good question. I'm going to put that up just so that people can read it again. Actually, yes. So over time, guys have, let's just use someone with a just absolutely ridiculous involved signature, like Donald Trump, for example. Say what you want about the guy. His signature is crazy. I think the guy added letters to his name so it could be more writing, right? So baseball players do the opposite of that. Because there's one time where I sat and I signed 8,000 little labels in one sitting, or like in one day, 7 hours. And so my signature of the day started like Trevor, May, and then it turned into like T, M, Swiggle. And then by the time that was like the rever and the A part turned into a loop and a line. And that's what it is now, and that's what a lot of people do. I don't know how people with beautiful signatures do it. I genuinely don't know, or how they have the patience to take 15 seconds to write their name. But yes, to answer your question, absolutely. Absolutely. What are you thinking about the Mets currently? I think they're a very good team. Though they've lost a couple games to teams they probably shouldn't lose to. That is just the way of the road. That is the way it goes, right? Can't expect everything to go perfectly all the time. But I'm really high on them. I think they're going to be right there. I think they have a sustainable team, and I think they are put together really well to compete in the playoff series. There's not a ton of like weakness. It's a well put together team, and that is, I think, a nod to David Stearns and Steve Cohen for putting together a team. They're really good. They're really good. It's impressive. Dave, I don't know how many questions you grabbed. I kind of want to grab a few. I think I just closed something I wasn't supposed to close. There we go. There's the chat. Oh my God. Big dumper for MVP. Is Judge too much of a lock? I mean, Judge is hitting 390, but he can give him a run, man. The fact that he can give him a run is crazy. It's going to be interesting to see how the catching element affects his WAR, because defense is huge in WAR, huge, and Cal definitely has that advantage, but like a lot. So if they got to be close offensively though. They have to be. Cal's got to keep it up. Cal needs to hit like 280, unfortunately. Yeah, he's gonna have to hit like 280s. Ooh, there's a quick one. Do I think the Orioles have a chance in the playoffs? Nah, dead. Trevor, you big into the College World Series? I haven't been in the past. I think I really would be had I went to college. I love the idea of it. Everyone I've asked about it says it's amazing to watch. So I'm going to be watching this year, and I will be leaning on Danny Wexelman to keep me updated on how that stuff goes. So, is DeGrom Hall of Fame? I think so. I think he's going to come. I think he's going to be on the ballot when this transition from like the CC Sabathias and the guys who threw 17, 18 years in the league, like that body of work, we've kind of filtered back to the more modern body of work. Like the Buster Posies of the world are getting into the Hall of Fame. I think Jake it'll be more of a shoo-in than we think of because he was so good. So, can you unretire and fix the Rockies? No. Unretire? I would rather do it as a coach or something, or as a front office employee than a pitcher, because I don't think that I would suddenly be good in. I don't want to go to Colorado and pitch there. Ugh. Ooh, I like that from PDX Snowman if we want to grab that one. And then, Dave, I will end with this interesting tweet as well. We have some, it's not really breaking news, but I want to try this new strat out. Ooh, okay, let's try this. So let's react to this tweet. Microsoft is launching the MLB Fan Cave. Oh God, they waited till I retired. That's baloney. Add your favorite team to your Minecraft home with jerseys, banners, trophies, and more. Come on. That's sick, man. That's sick. That's sick, and I'm pissed. But also awesome. That's really cool. I love Minecraft, guys. I can't play video games anymore. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? I'll never get to play again. Hey, kids, for those of you that get to enjoy your Minecraft, enjoy it, and don't tell me about it because I'll be salty. All right, cool. All right, back to Ask Me Anything. Kind of mad at you now, Dave. Just kidding, it's a joke. Just kidding. Also in news, Randy Johnson's getting his 51, retired alongside Etro. Sorry, I just missed that, Dave. Put it back up, please. I just missed that one. What's the most bizarre things you've signed? The most craziest thing I signed, it was a bowling pin A's clock, which no one really knew where it came from. So yeah. So yeah. What were the flights like? Did the chairs turn into beds or so you could sleep? Okay, so you're asking about flights? I'll tell you about flights. There's two types of planes. You have the OG plane, which sucked, which was just basically an expanded, the front of the plane was like an expanded first class. So there's just more first class seats. Like it was a bigger first class. And then the rest was just a normal plane. And everyone kind of got their own row. So it was a lot of guys like laying on a row. It was like being on a bus where you're sitting by yourself, right? Which is fine. Like I'm not complaining. And it was better than flying commercial. Or there was a show plane where the whole plane was the big seats. That like the whole plane was first class all the way back, and it's a Boeing 737, and with some couple that are facing each other with like tables in the middle, and those reclined far enough to sleep. They didn't go fully flat, but they went back pretty far, and that's the plane we preferred to have. You may have seen that as like a troll or a joke said by a player saying, "What? No show plane?" That's what they mean. Basically, everyone gets a first class seat. It just makes it's just more comfortable. It's easier to rest. It's easier to rest. How far into the 999 challenge could you get? Not far, man. I don't drink really. Not for any specific reason. I just prefer not to. I like having a drink every once in a while, but 8 beers would kill me at this point. And then also, I don't need 5,000 calories. So like I would really struggle with that. I don't think I probably could get through half the innings. Bro, I'm middle-aged, okay? Sucks. I'm sad thinking about that. Someone asked if I'm gonna do vlogs. I am doing the Trevor Throws. By the way, update before we get out of here, and I will hit a couple more questions before I go, but let me just do this. Update before I get out of here, Trevor Throws 100 is happening. This is great for that question. Trevor Throws 100, I'm going to get back in shape, and I'm going to see if I can throw one 100-mile-an-hour pitch by the end of the World Series, and I will be vlogging, documenting the entire thing. I am currently working on securing a commitment from one of the baseball academies that is well known on social media. I won't say their name because I don't want to like put any pressure on them to say yes. They have questions and things that they would like to make sure are, above board before they say yes. So that's out there. Also going to be doing some really hardcore blood testing and getting myself like I'm getting ready to go play in the major leagues again. I have a massage therapist, and I also have my my old PT clinic that I used to work out here also on board. So these 4 places, I'm just gonna go ham over the summer as best I can with the kid and all this stuff. But that is what I'm gonna do to get in shape, and I need to lose some weight. I've already started throwing. It feels really good to throw again. Frankly, I love it. So yeah, Trevor throws 100. The trailer is almost finished, and it'll explain what the whole thing's going to be, and then I'll be releasing episodes throughout the summer over the next few months. So I think you guys will really enjoy it. Really, really, really enjoy it. What was it like to living your dream, Miles? It was amazing. I have a Q&A video coming out soon where I get to explain it really in depth, so pay attention to that as well. But I just want you to know, like, I did realize that dream, and I did get to enjoy it, so I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. 100 miles an hour with no roids? Hey, man, I did it once. Also, got to remember, I don't have to, I'm 35, right? I'm not 40 yet. I'm 35. Aroldis Chapman is 3 years older than me. Like, if I just train specifically to do this one thing, maybe I can do it. Also, there's with velo comes, it's adrenaline based. I just want to make sure I don't hurt myself. Okay. All right, this is the last thing I'm gonna get into, and then I'm gonna get out of here, guys, because it is getting late. Do you think baseball has a problem with coaches not being willing to change their coaching style to communicate ideas effectively to individual players or at the major league level? I think that is that's a yes, but what I'm gonna say is what you just described is just someone who's not very good at teaching. They might academically have a good understanding of a topic, but they're not very good at teaching it. So they're not a coach. Like, they're just not a very good coach. They might be a good analyst or a good member of a team that puts out ideas, but they're just not a very good coach. So yes, there are lots of people who understand concepts really well and are very bad at communicating it or not being rigid or stubborn in what they think. I've run into these guys before. I'm not going to hold that against them. It's not their skill set. They're not super good at looking at other people and putting frame. You know how many coaches I had who had their one thing and they just said their same thing over and over again? All over the place. There was guys who were just hung out and they did that. They didn't change for 10 years because it was comfortable. Like, it just, having a natural curiosity about what's possible, I think, makes the best teachers in anything, including baseball. Just go look up, if you really, really want to know who's a phenomenal teacher, a guy who has, over time, changed and learned so many things and stayed relevant forever, Tom House. He's been in college baseball for a long time. He was in pro ball for a little bit. He didn't really like it as much, and so he stuck with the younger generation. Tom House, I used to read everything he wrote in the year 2000, and he's still doing it 25 years later. And he was older then, so he's an older gentleman, but that guy has completely changed, and he's been on the top of the learning curve for a very long time. That's a guy who you should listen to or you should trust to teach your players or your kids. So that's what I aspire to be, like that. So I hope you guys enjoy your show. I love you guys. I hope you're doing really, really well. I hope you're staying hydrated. Drink your water. Watch your baseball. I'll see you next week on Mayday. And I want to see you in the Discord. And next week, I also have one other announcement, other ways that you can support the channel and get additional content. And that is going to involve not only me, but other members of the team doing input. So we have some fun projects going, and I'll keep you updated as we go, right? You have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next week. That is June 9th, right here on Mayday, on a show about the show. All right, see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.